Samuel could not receive God's revelation, nor his direction for his life, nor step in to the office of the prophet until he was willing to recognize that the voice that he was hearing was not the voice of man, but the voice of God. And as soon as he turned from the voice of Eli to say, "Speak, Lord, for your servant hears you," at that moment, when he recognized where the voice came from, where the instruction would be supplied from, at that moment, at that very moment, when he recognized who was speaking, the revelation of who God was came to him. And I ask you to do that right now, because God's asking you to do that right now. People sit around in their mind and they're thinking, trying to discern the difference between God's voice and the voice of man. I'm going to tell you right now, we have given ourselves to having the voice of God utter his word forth from this place. And all you got to do is start in this response to God, say, "Lord, speak. For your servant hears you." For your servant. Everything at that moment changes, dear people. Everything about your life changes. God speaks, empowers you, gives you direction, shows you things that you didn't know, empowers you to do things that you could never do. And every time, every single time, when we're looking at him, have great boldness and great confidence, even though it's beyond anything that we could ever imagine that we would do. We just stand and we just stare at him, and we know he's going to do it. If we stop, talk to ourselves for a minute, we'll say, "No, that's just impossible. You know, that just ain't going to happen. That just don't work that way." We just turn and look at him, and he says, "No. Speak. Declare my word. Nothing's impossible for them that believe." And we become overwhelmed with confidence in God. We think, well, we didn't speak it big enough.